Let's talk about how to study for a test. A lot of you might know this, for some of you, you might not. I have a lot of students actually come into my office and they're not really sure how to go about studying. And this is the most important thing. The most important thing when you're studying for a test is to know what's on the test. That may seem obvious, but a lot of times people don't know. You also want to know, when you say what's going to be on the test, you need to know your teacher. Some teachers are very specific. They give you a review sheet, and you know from experience that that review sheet's what's on the test. Other teachers are maybe less organized, and what's on the review sheet is not always on the test, but what's on the test always comes from the homework or from the chapter test in the book. So you want to identify through watching the last few tests that you've had what's going to be on the test. Is it always based on the review sheet, class notes? Is it based on the chapter test in the book, the list of vocabulary at the end of your history chapter? And so you want to know what's on the test. And once you know that, then you just want to master that material. You want to make sure to study it. And also, this is another key I see. So the most important thing I see with my students is to know what's on the test. And feel free to ask your teacher. Teachers love when you check in about that. The second most important thing is when you study it, make sure you really know it. A lot of times students will just look at it and say, yeah, I got that. But you got to make sure that you really know it. Best way to do that, if it's math, you got to do practice problems, check your answers. If it's history or spelling, have someone test you and see if you really know it. So the two things we're looking at, number one, what's the material on the test? What's it covering? And number two, make sure that you really know it. Don't just look at it and say, yeah, I got it, but actually test yourself and make sure you really, really know it.